I'm William Grantham with IchimokuWeather.com with the stock market weather report for Idacorp, January 22nd, 2021. Idacorp is short for Idaho Power Company, and it was founded in 1916. It is part of the utility sector and is in the regulated electric industry. We take a look at our weekly chart to determine our season, and right now we are below the clouds, so we are in wintertime. And we do have a winter storm warning. On the daily, we are inside the cloud, below the blue line and below the red line. Price is like a hot air balloon, with the buyers turning up the heat making the balloon go up and sellers turning down the heat making the balloon go down. Our blue line is our wind line and our red line is our jet stream. We start off this chart going above the cloud, then below the cloud, then back above, then back below. This consolidation projected into the future with the future cloud showed that we went from a green cloud to a red cloud to a green cloud back to a red cloud. Market action fell down to the cloud at this point, bringing the wind line below the jet stream, starting a bearish channel, and market action then fell below the blue line, riding it down till we get to our interim low. The bears lose control, the bulls grab a hold of the hot air balloon valve and turn up the heat, making the hot air balloon get above the wind line, the jet stream, into a consolidation pattern where it challenges the cloud. It falls underneath the wind line, but in one day moves from below the cloud above the winds into the cloud. The next day it opens inside the cloud and then closes above both the wind and the cloud. A little bit of consolidation before opening higher, then closing right at the support line of the wind line. The next day we do have a doji where it opens and closes at about the same price, showing that the bulls and the bears are fighting it out and nobody is winning this day. The next day, the bears have a little bit of upper hand, but the day after that, the bulls regain control, opening just a little below the wind line and then closing soundly above the wind. Then the higher balloon, the market price rises up and crosses above the black line. The black line is our 200 period simple moving average. It's like our chase truck, always trying to catch up to price, and whenever price is above it, it is bullish, and below it, it is bearish. So we move into a 200 period simple moving average bullish situation, and price is going along fine, opens up high this day, and then closes down right at the 200 period moving average, finding support right at the wind line and the 200 period simple moving average. It came down and traded lower that day and found support at the jet stream. A few days later, we come down and trade underneath the jet stream, fall down underneath, then pop up above, find opening right at support of the 200 period moving average and the jet stream, popping above the wind the next day, finding support at the wind line, coming back down and again finding support at the jet stream. And we find it one more time before the hot air balloon starts pushing up and is able to stay above the wind line for a little while before it falls into this channel. And then the first day of the new year, market action opens higher, but then closes lower right at the support at the top of the cloud. The red line crosses above the blue line, and that is a bearish situation. Market action then opens in the middle, opens above the cloud, and then closes in the middle of the cloud right at support at the 200 period simple moving average. The next day it opens right at the bottom of the cloud, almost makes it out, peeks out of the top of the cloud for just a little bit, but closes under the cloud, and then another day where we open higher and then close lower right at the support of the bottom of the cloud. Market action then drives up above the 200 period simple moving average, can't get above the wind line, is driven down again, and here we find ourselves almost outside the cloud. Today we did have a market action that went under the cloud, but it closed inside the cloud, and so it's just barely hanging on to that support that is down here at this bottom line where the cloud is at. Up above our current market action, we do have a flat wind line and the 200 period simple moving average creating a zone of resistance above. And then above that, we have the blue wind line, the flat future cloud line and the jet stream, creating another zone of resistance that price is going to have to get above before we can turn bullish again. Our lagging green line is below market action and the other lines, and in front of it has a very stiff cloud that may not provide too much resistance, and we may trade into it very simply. However, we will be watching the bottom of the cloud here to see if it provides support for the lagging green line, and that may help give market action a little bit of boost that it needs. Our forecast shows a green cloud that comes down to a very thin ribbon and then switches over into a red cloud. At this thin point, market action may have a easier ability to pass through the cloud. We'll have to wait and see if that happens. The red cloud in front is angling up just a tiny bit, getting a tiny bit smaller, but if market action falls out of the cloud and continues to trade down and falls below the bottom edge of the cloud here, then the red future cloud will start growing again and will become a massive impediment for market action to be able to get above the cloud and to turn bullish again. This is your stock market weather report for Idacorp Incorporated, January 22nd, 2021. It is wintertime. We do have a winter storm warning. The snow is falling steadily, and it might let up if temperatures can rise. I'm William Grantham with Ichimoku Weather.com.